In this four-part series, we'll be hearing from BMS Technology Sales and its CEO, Dan Carroll. We'll discuss the impact of COVID-19 on the tech industry, how companies are recruiting remotely, and the importance of investment into trusted partnerships. Today, Dan and I are joined by Paul Buttle, the Chief Revenue Officer from cloud computing company RSTOR, to talk about some exciting opportunities in their team. Welcome to you both. Dan, why do this partnership? Why get involved with Paul from RSTOR?
Well, Paul and I have known each other for 20 years. I helped him get his first sales job within the industry, and he helped me almost get my first placement in terms of working together. So when you form relationships like that, they tend to last.
And with the challenges that we're facing at this time, what sort of changes and adaptations need to be made? What sort of disruption do you need to bring to this market?
Yeah, companies are using data and cloud and working remotely. So it's very different to what it was 15 years ago when cloud started. And I think what the technology that we bring to market allows us to really change the way companies are actually sharing information, working across multiple clouds, taking a very different financial look at it. It's much more cost effective working with us. And so it's a very disruptive technology, but actually, I think companies are really open to it.
So are enterprises thinking strategically in a different way now that you think is going to bring greater success to them and to you?
Yeah, there's been a lot of caution about how companies store their data, how they move data between different cloud environments. And that's only going to continue. I think if you look at the way companies are using and working with data, storing it in an environment which allows them to access it extremely quickly and extremely efficiently means that they can actually be more effective as a business.
So Dan, you've been consulting in this space for 20 years or more now. How do you think these developments are going to benefit the right sort of customer?
I think we all feel like we want to own our data, and I think that what RSTOR are doing is it's allowing large organizations, in my opinion, to basically feel like they can control their data. And I think that's a critical thing, that feeling they can control the data at any time, any place, anywhere, and own it, and they're not beholden to other parties. So for me, it's exciting because you know where your data is, and that gives you a warm feeling. It's like knowing where your car is parked at night, in my opinion.
And that's fundamental, isn't it, Dan, what you're saying there about trust? We've had this across all sorts of industries. Paul, how can you give that sense of trust into the customers? Because we all want to be sure, as Dan says, that our data is safe.
Yeah, we're spending a huge amount of money on security and encryption. We're working with the US government on various opportunities. We're working with the UK government as well, and also lots of large banks and financial institutions. And really it's about making sure that data is encrypted. It also focuses on kind of data sovereignty rules. So you can't move data unless you really need to, or the companies are keen for you to do that. But actually just accessibility, making sure they can access all the time.
And Paul, you've got this amazing strategic insight into what's going on that the rest of us are following behind you. Give me an idea of where's technology taking us?
So there's an example of working data. So if you take car manufacturing, autonomous vehicles are sharing data all the time we're driving them. If you think of the ecosystem around the cars, the people that produce the windows, the tyres, the engine, the body parts, each of those have to interact and actually share information. It works really well within the cloud environment because they can access and see that data really quickly, very efficiently. I think if you break that down into any other vertical market in the enterprise space, it has the same impact as well.
And Dan, then, where do you see the challenges ahead, trying to recruit the right people who've got the right mindsets to bring to this?
It's trying to find the people who are prepared to go and do different things in their career and not just accept status quo. I think the technology marketplace changes almost daily sometimes, and if you're not prepared to change with it, then you'll be left behind. So I think we're looking for people who want to embrace that change and be part of a company that at the moment is small but is exploding, and those sorts of people, they almost need to think about tomorrow's problem today, and that's the kind of person we're looking for.
So the skill sets that they might need to have might not be traditional. What sort of skill sets would you be looking for?
Yeah, it's like I guess it's someone who wakes up in the morning and knows that they've got something to do and knows how to get there and isn't afraid to ask for help, is coachable even at a later stage in their career and willing to learn. And those sorts of people, you always find them, they're the people that get things done. And you know, in a startup, in a high growth startup like this, we need people who can get things done and still be collaborative in the team.
When you get these candidates, do they need to be fully fledged, knowing what you're doing, or can you take raw talent and bring that on in the way that you need?
I think the technology is very easy to understand. The pricing itself is actually very advantageous to any enterprise, so that's an easy value proposition. The differentiation with what we do and our customers is also very easy to understand. So you've got to have a good understanding of the technology from a sales perspective, but you don't necessarily need to know all of the detail around the architecture, the way it's developed, because it's pretty straightforward.
Exciting times. Thank you both very much indeed for exploring this. It's been most interesting. And if anyone would like further updates on this, stay with us. Thank you both.
Thanks.